For me, I had to lay the groundwork on the second week of me working. So how did I do that? I had no one in my family, my relatives, my friends who were really into business, who were really into investing. One thing that I needed to know was this: I needed to change the way I think. So we are back again, answering the questions that you guys have sent out via social media. As you all know, you guys send the questions and I try to bring as much value to all of you as possible, because that's why I created this channel. I want more and more financial information to be made available for Filipinos to consume, to be able to reach their goals, their dreams of financial freedom. I'm answering this question that was sent via Instagram stories. It was asked by MF Domias. So his question was this, and I promised to make a video off of this. How did you know it's already time to focus on full-time into trading, investing over your job before? So here's the thing. Number one, do not go into investing, do not go into business just because you get inspired by videos like this, or whatever book, whatever mentor, or whatever person you look up to that is doing what they're doing right now. It has to be something that is very, 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 very strategic. It's something that you have to plan for. It took me 5 years also of working as an employee, but I knew it already. For those who watch my previous videos, I've said it that the first 2 weeks pa lang of me working as an employee, I realized it and I said to myself, hey, I'm not gonna do this forever. I'm not gonna be an employee forever. And from that time, I already set a decision. I already set a course that I decided that, hey, because of that, I'm gonna align all of my activities. I'm gonna align everything that I want to do with this one goal in mind, that I would have enough, either a business or investments that will take care of me, that I don't have to be employed a single day of my life. That was my goal. My goal actually when I started out, I just wanted to start my own KFC franchise, or KFC. I didn't even know that KFC wasn't for franchise eh. Put it in SM Mall. I also wanted to do a Show My House and then put it in Boni Pioneer Station. Those were my goals, and then I wanted to do it at 40 years old. And if you've been watching the previous videos, it's just a blessing that I was able to do it at a much earlier and at a much faster pace. So to answer the question, number one, it wasn't really something that happened in the spur of the moment. It was something that's methodical. That's why I keep telling people that you have to love the process, that you have to love the grind, because it doesn't happen overnight. It's not about get rich quick. It's about loving the process. It took me 5 years. I believe there are other people, it took them shorter than 5 years. I believe there are other people also who will take longer than 5 years. But guess what? You don't have to compare about the pace of other people. What's important is you get there, that you get to hit your goals, that you get to hit your dreams, because that's what matters the most eh. You don't have to compare others' fourth quarter to your first quarter. So that's one. For me, it was 5 years in the making. For me, I had to lay the groundwork on the second week of me working. So how did I do that? I had no one in my family, my relatives, my friends who were really into business, who were really into investing. One thing that I needed to know was this: I needed to change the way I think. I needed to change the way I perceive things. So the best way for me to be able to do that was I got a lot of books. One of the biggest books that I read a lot of Robert Kiyosaki. I read a lot of On the Filipino Setting, Francisco Colayco, Gamboa. I read all of those books, and I honor people who come up with books, who come up with seminars, because they add what they have eh. They give what they have to you eh. And what you learn from them is something that it will never get lost eh. It's something that if you follow and execute the learnings, the principles that are there, it's what's gonna allow you to transcend and do things better. You're asking what was a tipping point? A tipping point also was I had savings. The savings was, I'm not gonna tell you how long it was, but I already made an assumption na, what if walang papasok na pera sa akin for this period of time? Will I survive? Then I checked it also based on my current lifestyle, based on my current spending. There's a big advantage of people who have a lower lifestyle, because if they have a lower lifestyle, their operational expenses would be much lower. Meaning, if your operational expenses is much lower, you just need a smaller amount of income. You just need a smaller amount of either passive income, business income, investment income, etc. So at that time also, it was already enough. Though it was variable, please remember this. Do not look at investment investing as a replacement to your job. When you're working at your job, when you're employed, you will always get a fixed amount on a regular basis. But that's not the way to approach investing. That's not the way to approach business. It's never like that. It will never ever be like that. Please remember that. It's not about you getting a fixed amount on a regular basis. There will be months that it won't be as good. There will be months that it will be amazing. However, you look at it from a bigger and broader picture. That's why savings is very, very important. So a big chunk of my consideration was how much savings did I have and how many years would I last if zero income would come in. And at that time, when I quit my job, I was 27 years old. And I had this realization. If you're 27 years old, if it doesn't work out, imposibleng zero yung papasok because I already had it. I was working hard naman eh. And what if there's one thing I do know is this. If you work hard, never ka magugutom. Never akong nakitang tao na sobrang sipag, sobrang maabilidad, sobrang madiskarte na nagutom. Because hustlers, people who work hard, people who hustle hard, people who know how to grit and grind and push and not care about their surroundings will always win. So that's what I was thinking. Just in case zero, everything goes bad. And please remember, at that time, kakatapos naman to 2009 financial crisis. So there was still a bit of negativity. We're in this era where everything looks rosy, everything looks good. The US markets were higher. But at that time, everyone was still a bit cautious and scared eh. That was the main narrative on that period of time. So don't get me wrong. It's not wrong to be employed. A lot of people villainize being employed. A lot of people make it so negative. But that's not wrong eh. There will be people also that their calling in life is to be employees. There will be people also who like security. There will also be people that really love their job eh. If you're asking me, at that time, I was so excited already about the stock market. I was so excited for Mondays because the market was open. I would dread Fridays because there was no more trading anymore at that point in time. So, baliktad na yung mentality ko. I loved it when weekdays were there because of the market, and I didn't like weekends because the market was closed. So, it was something that made me feel alive. I don't know if you ever felt this na papasok kayo kasi your team is depending on you, you have responsibilities, you have tasks, you have goals also as an organization that you know you're also part of it, that you also know that at that season of your life, you also have to fulfill. So I was in that level that I was going to work because I knew naman that I had to be responsible. There were tasks, there were things that I needed to do. And please remember this, I never tell people na when you are employed, pabayaan yung trabaho nyo. Huwag yung pabayaan yung trabaho nyo. Be faithful where you are. Please remember this, if you are faithful with little, you will be faithful with much. I repeat, if you are faithful with what's in your hand today, if you are faithful with the resources, the time that's around you, right here, right now, you will be faithful and you will be rewarded with much. Kaya don't cheat your office, don't cheat wherever you are and whatever you're doing. You have to be honest, you have to be responsible, you have to be a good steward of what you have right now. And that was my mentality. And one of my mentors said this, sabi niya, Marvin, whenever you leave a certain season, it always has to be a step up. Do not leave this season that it's a step down. Do not leave this season that will take you backward. And that's why, for those who don't know, I was working for HP, and what I loved about HP is their flexi time. I got to work at the pace that I wanted to do because HP is pretty much results oriented, that the amount of value that you give corresponds to the amount of rating that you will get as well. It's not about you working 15 hours, you will do better than someone who's working 10 hours. It's pretty much results oriented. So that's why I loved it. It was very flexible. Also, they had twice a week work from home that allowed me to do my investing and other things that I wanted to do also on the side as well. And lastly, and this was the main trigger for me resigning, I knew my season was over. You always go back to what your season in life. You have to know it. And I've been saying this in all of my videos, that you have to do the things that make you feel alive. You have to do the things that make you feel excited. You have to do the things that you know is part of your calling, is part of your purpose, is your passion. It's not worth doing something just for the money and if it eats you up inside eh. If I have a comparison na 1 billion pesos versus 100 million pesos, 1 billion pesos is massively more than 100 million pesos. If I have a choice to do 1 billion pesos but not doing the things that I love versus 100 million pesos doing the things that I love, I'll pick 100 million. I'd rather lose out on the 900 million pesos than do the things that not me being excited. I have to be true to who I am and I have to be true to what excites me. The reason why I keep telling people to save and invest and just allow yourself for money to work hard for you, because if you have money working hard for you, then it positions you in a way also that okay na pala tong savings ko, okay na pala tong investments ko, I get to do other things as well. That was part of my core value that I just wanted to focus on the things that I wanted to do. I wanted in every waking moment of my life, something that's excited, that yung feeling ko ngayon, I don't have to drag myself to get out of bed because every waking day of my life, I'm so excited because it's amazing eh. Guys, please remember this. Iba yung feeling na pagising nyo sa umaga, enjoy na enjoy kayo sa ginagawa nyo. Iba yung feeling sa umaga na you don't have to force yourself, that you have to do this. Everything that I do right now, I just love it eh. Even creating videos like this, please remember, I had followers because of the books. I had followers because of those who watch TV. I have followers because of the seminars as well. But YouTube is a different ballgame. Comment below. Majority of you just followed me the past, I don't know, 1 year. But what they don't know, I've been doing stocks for more than a decade. I've been doing talks for 8-9 years already. My first book came out 2013. I've been doing TV since 2011. Most of you just followed me a year ago. But guess what? I've been doing YouTube even when I had no subscribers. Because I love it eh. The reason why I do this is never about the subscribers. The reason why I'm doing this is because I love it. You have to find what works for you. You have to find what you love. So just to sum everything up, how did I know it was my time? I had savings. I had potential cash flow. When I say potential, because it won't always be the same, but I know that there was an ability for me to earn more. Number 3, I knew it was just time. My season as an employee was over. Was it scary that I resigned? Of course it's scary. Remember, jumping to the unknown is always hard eh. Doing something that's unfamiliar is always hard. But I'll tell you this, quitting my job, resigning, was the best decision I've ever made. And I'll never work for someone again. I love the freedom that I get to do things when I want and at my own pace. So I hope this helped you, MF Domanias. I hope this is something that gave you enough insight and information as well. It springboards how you want to do things in your life. So comment below if you have questions as well. Comment below if this inspired you. Comment inspiring if it's something that's inspiring. If you have other questions as well, put them in the comment section or PM me in Instagram when I do another series of Ask Marvin here in Instagram. That's it for now. This is Marvingermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.